everybody, hey everybody. This is your girl, No Longer Bound. This is Wednesday. And we are here for our Changing Our Attitude Wednesday. Our textbook is No Attitude is Everything. And listen, I just pray that you are blessed today. I pray that things are going well with you. I pray that you are no longer bound by any hindrances, not by sickness, not by bitterness, not by finances, not bound spiritually, not bound mentally in your mind. I pray that you are no longer bound. I pray that you are free today. And I pray that you are having a great day. Regardless of the weather, regardless of what's happening, I pray that you're having a great day. So listen, guys, this is your girl, No Longer Bound. Just in case you're new here, I want you to get out there, subscribe to youtube.com/Esther, ESTHERPINKSTON, and come on, be a part of the No Longer Bound family. Today, guys, we are talking about something, I don't know if your parents used to say it to you, but they used to say it to us. Watch the company you keep. Yes. So, guys, we're in part 3 on our book, and you're going to go to actually page number 85. Page number 85. We're going to start on page number 85, and it says, associate with positive people. But I want to go back and read something else by Stein, and he wrote this. So let's see what it says. He says, heaven helps those who act. And he says, nothing happens by itself. It all will come. He says, it all will come your way once you understand that you have to make it come your way by your own exertions or actions. And that's by Stein, S-T-I-N. So lesson 9, associate with positive people. It says, a mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. And that's from the Living Bible. But you can read in the scriptures where the Bible states corrupt or evil company. I think it says in King James, evil company, a bad company, corrupts good manners or good morals. So, yes, it's there. And here we're seeing what the wisest man said, actual living man, not talking about Jesus, was King Solomon, who wrote the Proverbs. And he says it matters. So let's see, can we find out? Let's get some stories from the author on what's happening. I'm sure you got your own stories in your own life. I know I do. And if you could share them with us, or if you could leave a comment, or maybe you remember something your grandparents used to tell you, your grandmother or your mom, about watching the company you keep. Talk about if you still do it. Talk about if you did it as a kid. Talk about if you didn't like them telling you to do it. Sometimes we didn't like it because we wanted to stay with the people that we had, whether they were good for us or not. Oh, gosh, yes. So let's get busy. He says, in high school, Mike spent a lot of time with a bunch of guys in his neighborhood. Says, according to Mike, these guys just like to sit on the front porch and watch cars go by. They had no goals, no dreams, period. Full stop. They were always negative. Whenever Mike suggested they do something new, the others would discourage him. They'd say, it's stupid or not cool. They told him, Mike, you went along with them so he could remain part of the group. Let me go back, let me say that again. So they told him it was stupid and not cool. So it says here, Mike just went along with them so he could remain a part of the group. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How many of us just went along to be a part of the group? Wow. Even adults, we do that sometimes. Guys, listen, this is not in text. I did prison ministry for over 30 years. How many testimonies of people that got themselves into trouble because they went along with the group? Wow. Let's go on. When Mike went off to college, he still ran into some negative people. But he also met people who were positive, who wanted to learn, who wanted to achieve things. Mike decided to spend his time with the positive people. Whoa, here comes the change. The light's coming on. That happened to me. That happened to you. That happened to other people. I'm telling you. Somewhere down the line, you say, whoa, let me see what this group got to say. Here we go. Almost immediately, it says, Mike started to feel much better about himself. He developed a great attitude. He began to set goals. Wow. It says, and I'm happy to tell you now Mike runs his own successful video production company and has a wonderful family. One by one, he is accomplishing all of the goals he has set. When I asked Mike what happened to his high school friends, he told me they, quote, they still live in the same neighborhood, which is okay. They're still negative, not okay. And they're still doing nothing with their lives. Wow. Do you know anybody like that? I got to quote my pastor on this. Now, I'm not talking to you unless it's you. Do you know anybody like that? Let's go on. Mike added, I'd never be where I am now if I kept hanging out with those guys. I'd still be at the corner deli playing pinball. Is there anything wrong with playing pinball? No. But I know you mean what he's saying. You understand what he's saying here. I know you understand what he means. When I grew up in my hometown, and I can remember in other cities, seemed like everywhere you go, there was one. There was one in Miami, there was one in Keller, there was one in Tampa. Wherever you go, you could find one. There was this thing called a tree. And people would gather underneath the tree. And we would see them when we were young. We would see them when we grew up as teens. We would see them when we grew up as young adults. We will see them when we go off to college. We will see them when we come back home from college. We will see them when we get married. We will see them when you have a family. Where are they? They're under the tree. And they're still under that tree, God forbid, unless their life was taken away or they got sick, something happened. Under the tree. Doing what? Hi, my sister. Hi, Evelyn. Doing what under the tree? Just standing there and maybe drinking a beverage, whatever, day after day after day, watching the cars go by. Who was it? Just me and the guys. We're just hanging out under the tree. No dreams, no visions, nothing, just under the tree. And you know what? My husband said to me, I'm going to get back to the story because we're about to close. He said to me this before he passed away years ago. We used to be talking. He said, yeah. He said, a guy told me that used to sit out there. He said, you don't want to be out there. He said, do you know when you get ready to retire, you're not going to have any retirement because you spent your days sitting under the tree, just hanging out with the guys, watching the cars go by. No dreams, no goals, no aspirations, nothing. Just want to be a part of the group. And so you're with the guys every day. And so now your body is changing. You're getting older. Even if you have kids, you have nothing to fall back on. There's nothing. Wow. Wow. Okay, let's go. He says, Mike added, I'd never be where I am now if I kept hanging out with those guys or girls. I'd still be at the corner deli playing pinball. He says, Mike's story is a great reminder about the influence others have on our lives. And yet sometimes we get in the habit of being with certain people and we just don't think about the consequences. I know I got into that. Have you ever heard the axiom, tell me who you hang out with and I'll tell you who you are? Whoa, whoa. Tell me. They say if you want to know somebody, watch their friends, watch their associates, watch who they hang out with. It says a lot about you. It says a lot about me. Wow. Oh God, this is so good. Let's go on. There's a lot of wisdom in that simple statement. Have you given much thought to how this principle has been molding and shaping your life? Think back to when you were growing up. I just talked about that earlier. Do you remember how concerned our parents were about who we hung out with? Yes, I remember. I remember my mom. I remember my grandfather. I remember. And we'd get so upset with them because we thought that they were wrong. We thought that they were picking and choosing our friends. We just thought that they just didn't know what they were talking about. But they did. Somebody said, been there, can tell what? Never been there? How to get there? I probably got it all messed up. Y'all know how it goes. He says, think back to when you were growing up. So we did that. He says, our mom or our dad wanted to meet our friends and know all kinds of details about them. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And we didn't like it. It says, why? It says our parents knew that we'd be greatly influenced by our friends, that we tend to pick up some of their habits, and that we'd probably do things our friends were doing. Our parents were concerned for a good reason. And I'll bet that if you have children, I don't, but I have godchildren, and I have nieces, and I have nephews, and I have stepchildren, I have a stepson. And I'll bet if you have these children, these close contacts in your life today, because of the impact, I'm sure you closely watch their friends. Because of that impact these youngsters can have on your children. You see them come home doing something new, and you know they didn't get it from you. You know, we don't do that. Or they speak some words, and you're like, whoa, what did you say? Where did you learn that at? Wow, what are you doing? Really? We don't do that here. Where'd you learn that from? Oh, I was with so-and-so, and I was over to their house, and they do this over there. And my parents had a great answer. You don't live over there, you live here, and we don't do that here. Whoa. But so-and-so, but I am your parent. They are not your parent. I am. You answer to me. And I say no. Wow. Wow. And we thought, I'm sure, that they were the meanest. We probably thought to ourselves, do they really love us? How can they really love us if that's what they're doing? I mean, seem like they're picking and choosing our friends. They don't like the guy I'm dating. That was a big one. He would be so cute. Oh. He would be so cute. You were honored that he would even look at you, let alone want to date you. And you were like, oh my goodness. And then he has to come home, because in my day, he had to come home. Mom had to know who he was. My grandfather wanted to know who he was. My father wasn't in the house. But my grandfather, the paternal, he wanted to know, who is this boy? Who is his family? And once he would want to talk to them, not us. No, you go somewhere, because I need to sit and talk with him. Who are your folk, young man? Yes, you will get to know them. And when we would leave the house, they knew who we were leaving with. So they will be responsible. A lot of things are happening today. They were happening a long time ago. Not as frequent, it seems. But you could go off with somebody and nobody knew who you were going off with. Something happened to you, how are they going to find you? How are they going to trace you down? Then we didn't have GPS. And even today with GPS, some people are not found. So what is the lesson today? Doesn't matter the company we keep. Doesn't make an influence on our lives. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to us as adults. Doesn't matter to our youth. Doesn't matter. Leave a comment if you will. Share some of your experiences. This is your girl, No Longer Bound, and I will see you next time. Thank you for coming into the No Longer Bound family. God bless you. I'll see you, Evelyn. Thank you.